People often ask me how I make my videos, and as a response to this, I've decided to make this complete breakdown of every single thing that goes into the production of a Retro Reviews Movies episode. The first thing I like to do is write a script. I put all the characters into different fonts so I can tell who's talking. This is easily the least time-consuming part of the whole video. Next, I begin drawing and animating the video. I use Animation Desk, which is a free and very easy to use animation software. This is by a wide margin the longest part of the entire video making process, but it's also the best part because I get to think of all sorts of interesting things to fill up the screen. For this more ambitious shot, I began by getting some reference photos because what I like to do is recreate the shots from the movies I review. This is inspired by the way that classic episodes of The Simpsons would recreate shots from famous movies. This provides an extra layer of joke, while not segregating people who don't get the reference. Afterwards, I draw a very basic sketch of what I want the scene to look like. Then, I actually draw it, always making sure it follows some perspective lines. And then finally, I color it in, which takes longer than you might think, because I am very picky about color. Most of my animation is done by duplicating the drawings and putting the first one at the start of the movement and the second one at the end. These are called key poses. Then, I can easily fill in the poses in between. This is called pose-to-pose animation, and, in my underqualified opinion, it's much better than straight-ahead animation in almost any situation. Okay, so we now have to move on to a much more painful aspect. This is where I have to make sure that every frame is on screen for the right amount of time. This is extremely difficult and time-consuming, and just not very fun. Believe it or not, even animators have to edit their videos, but I refuse to pay for any editing software. So, what do? I utilize the unique features present in dozens of different editing apps and combine them all together to make one better video. This means that I have to transfer between all of the different software just to do something that a normal professional editing software can do. Then, I start recording audio. This is also kind of boring for the most part, except on the days where I get to record Dickhead's lines. Dickhead is voiced by the incredibly talented London Train Enthusiast UK. Let's say hi to him right now.
Oh my god, stop killing me! Get the f*** out of my room, I'm playing Minecraft!
Also, animation does not come with sounds, so if you want something to appear natural, you gotta go onto YouTube and look for the sound effects. But then, all you find is the same 1 or 2 sound effects uploaded over at least a dozen channels, so you're forced to make your own sound effects, which never sound quite right. At this point, I put in some music. YouTube has some laws against using any music in your videos, regardless of whether it's fair use or not. Because of this, I'm forced to use copyright-free music, uncopyrighted covers of the songs, or I have to make my own music. I often resort to making my own music, as I want to create my own identity, and most royalty-free stuff sounds kinda generic to me. Then I gotta change the aspect ratio a bunch, which I didn't realize you could do so easily at first, which is why my first 2 videos are in 4:3, yeah, sorry about that. So by now, I am so exhausted with the video, and I just want it uploaded so I can move on to my next idea. So, I upload it, and we're done. Simple as that. I hope this video settled any questions you might have about the video making process, and if it didn't, then comment below and I will probably answer them because I genuinely have no life.